And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Ready, black 22.
Black 27. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Off the play fake, Winston. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
To throw again on second down. Winston, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Check. Green, triple team.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to go deep for it got his man complete. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. First carry for Peyton Barber. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, Winston. Caught here by Conley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Hey, let's get a conversion. Check. Hot route. Hot. No.
Winston from the gun on third down. He's got the hookup with Conley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
40, 280. Two times. 4 down. Kill.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Ready, 280. Coming this way. Got it. Here we go. Check back 40. I smell. Ready to go.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
59, ready. 280. Hey, South. 39. Check.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. Only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Let's go. Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
On first down, Freeman. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down now, it's Freeman. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ready, 280.
Watch QB's up. Watch QB's up.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just...
And the pressure gets to him again. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
54. Mike 54. All day, punk.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston looking downfield for Godwin. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Winston. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. Good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Throwing again. Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Jameis to throw it. He finds his target. It's Evans. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. To throw, Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Winston. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Jameis now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Jameis again. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And Gay knocks this one through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second down, It's Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a third down.
I'm scared.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, Rice. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. To throw is Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. 50. Yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Buccaneers first down.
Winston now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Green, come team.
Mike 54. Mike 54. In your face.
Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
To try again after the sack. Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action. Winston. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up
Mike, ready. Let's go. south.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. That'll be caught by Rice. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Winston connecting with Howard and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48.
Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Let's convert. 3 down. Jim.
Again, it's Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Mike, ready? Black, come on. Sunday. Get in the weight room. Let's go.
They'll throw again. Winston buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check. Here we go. Even. Let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On 3rd down, Winston. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Check. 3 down. Hey, Mike 52. Green, come see.
Now Jones, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones His 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again. Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
First down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
21.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get a now as this one's in the air. Couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Check, check. 40's mine. 40's the mine. 40's the mine. Silver.
Hey, high 7.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and long. Ryan dancing to his left. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Wait.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They go back to the ground. This time Barber trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Chatty, white 25. Flip it. All day, baby, all day. Hey, 5-0. Easy. Let me go.
Play fake. Winston. And that is incomplete.
Winston on the keeper. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This from 44 yards away. Gay's kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
Let's go now.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan, this one caught by Ridley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Single. 5. 40's Mike. Hey, pick it up. Big Trevor.
From the gun, Patterson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Tampa Bay, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the...
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but